Washington, D.C., formerly the District of Columbia, is the capital city of America. The district was formed on July 16, 1790, after the American Revolution, when the Resident Act of America approved the creation of a capital district. As permitted by the U.S. Constitution, the district is under the exclusive jurisdiction of the U.S. Congress and is therefore not a party of any U.S. state. Previously, the states of Maryland and Virginia had each donated land to form the federal district, though Congress returned the Virginia portion in 1846. Named in honor of George Washington, the country's first post-independence president, the city of Washington is home to the President of America, since this is where the White House is located. The Capitol building or Parliament plus key ministries are all found.
You have the federal government at the top, then you have the state government, then you have the local government.
However, profound to note is that the rights of citizens here differ from the rights of citizens in each of the 50 U.S. states. The U.S. Constitution grants each state a voting representation in both houses of the Congress and the Senate, but as the U.S. capital, the District of Columbia, or D.C., is a special federal district, not a state, and therefore does not have a voting representation in the Congress. The Constitution grants the Congress exclusive jurisdiction over the district in all cases whatsoever. In the House of Representatives, the district is represented by a delegate who is not even allowed to vote on the House floor but can vote on procedural matters and in congressional committees. DC residents have no representation in Senate as all. Residents of Washington were also originally stopped from voting for the President of the U.S., but following the passing of the 23rd Amendment in 1961, which grants the district 3 votes in the Electoral College, this right has been exercised. All cars in Washington are mandated to carry a small scribble on their number plates reading "Tax without representation," a sign of acceptance to this policy. When one talks about Washington, 2 things always run in the minds of many: the White House and Capitol building. They are the 2 most famous features of this great city, which is also referred to as by many the City of Monuments, since each of the country's former president and freedom fighter has a monument. The White House is the official residence and the principal workplace of the President of the U.S., located at Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C. It has been the residence of every U.S. president since John Adams in 1800, meaning it's over 213 years old. Because it's the most guarded home in the whole of America, one would think accessing it for a photo shoot requires permission from the CIA or FBI, but this is not the case. Surprisingly, because of its stature and pomp, the White House, which in Uganda would be the State House, is a tourist attraction that brings millions of people from all corners of the world just for a photo opportunity. Everyone who is willing to be checked is allowed to come near it, but within a radius of not more than 10 meters close.
Well, for Uganda, it's a very different story. You cannot easily access the State House in Nakasero or even Entebbe for that case, even if you just simply want to take a picture. But here, I'm not a citizen of the US, but I'm freely accessing the White House. I'm standing and taking a few pictures, then after that, you can go peacefully. Security is there, but simply protect the people, but not to send them away.
More mind-boggling, however, about the White House is that just in front of it, there is an elderly lady and a man who have for the past 12 years been resident protesters against U.S. policies, to an extent that they have built small makeshift houses to always protest before any president as he or she comes in or leaves. Because freedom of expression is upheld by the federal government of America, these people are free to speak anything bad about the president, even in front of his very own residence.
This White House Peace Vigil has been maintained for 32 years, trying to tell the people across the street what a great idea it would be if we stopped killing each other. They haven't listened.
Because she had been here for such a long time, they put in a special clause that allows her to stay here as long as 3 conditions are met. It's 1, it can't be a permanent fixed structure.
And so, they too have become a tourist attraction, as people from all corners donate money to them to keep their protest going. These 2 were here during the George Bush and Bill Clinton regimes. Second of importance to the White House is the Capitol building, or call it Parliament, built in 1793, though it has undergone several changes with time. This is the administrative structure of the country where all presidents are sworn in. Just like the White House, the Capitol building is also another tourist attraction in Washington, with almost 70% of the people who visit it daily being visitors.
Each state has the right to 2 senators, so there are a total of 100 senators, and each senator has a term of 6 years. Then over here on the other side, you have the House of Representatives, and there are a total of 435 representatives, and they're distributed out to the states based on the population of each state.
It's among the most symbolically important and architecturally impressive buildings in the nation, and has housed the meetings chambers of the House of Representatives and the Senate for 2 centuries. The Capitol building, which was started in 1793, has been through many construction phases. It stands today as a monument of the American people and their government, standing at over 200 years old. Claire Moses, WBS Television.